Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Danganronpa Part 49. In the previous video, uh, we escaped from the trash room, and then we have entered into what might be the final stage of the game. All the rooms are open to us and we have to solve all the remaining mysteries at the upcoming Clash trial to finally put the Hope's Peak chapter to bed. I think this was adult to Kyoko. It's a new day, new recording session. Could theoretically beat the game in this recording session. I don't know if my I don't know, my voice is still just like, I probably need to just like take 3 or 4 days off from recording entirely, but I don't really want to do that because I want to beat the game, so I want to at least make some progress. We'll see how long the voice holds out. But yeah, so you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we still can't work together. I mean, yeah, I assume we'll go to some of the same locations.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Doing our own investigating doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as us splitting up to cover more ground. Yeah, split up and look for clues. That always worked for the Scooby Gang, right? And then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
so then,
Well, I better get going. Have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit all the places we couldn't go before.
Makoto.
Makoto, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary, even if that means killing Makoto. Even if that means sacrificing Makoto and Makoto alone. With that, Kyoko was gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. Still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mysteries of the school. And then we can all escape together. Well, if by together you mean leave everyone here to die, yeah, I'm okay with that plan. Investigate. Taking another look. Explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. They've been stabbed. They've been struck in the head with an object. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Then we'll know who the mastermind is. So, where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with Monokuma's face on it. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder, which means the garden and the dojo. Alright, time to get started. We've got a list. Makoto's got a list. He's double checking it twice to see who's been naughty or nice. So what? I still don't know about these dorms on the second floor. These fabled second floor dorms that I keep hearing about that I do not have any recollection of. Let's go check them out. We could turn in our medals. Don't we have medals after the end of the trial? But I don't really know if there's any point since it seems like we're probably done with free time. But I don't think we're even gonna take the time to do. Like, what? What dorms? This is the second floor, right? Yeah? I'm really confused. Dorms? Because this is a classroom, correct? Yes. Well, as you see, reality isn't everything. Huh. Now, did it add the thing to our list? Yeah. Second floor dorms. What is that? The second floor of the dormitory area. What? What are you talking about? I mean, we're on the second floor. I don't see shit. Unless... is there like an alternate set of stairs back on the first floor near the dorms? Is that what they're talking about? Oh, yeah, there are. Okay. I'd forgotten about this. Yeah, these stairs have been here. The gate's open. We can finally check out the second floor of the dorms, which means I have to do it. This is the second floor of the dorms? Looks like some ancient ruins. Or no, it's more like a battlefield, like a bomb blew up here or something. There's some blood. There is indeed some blood. Not too many places to check out here. Go in here. Any Sayakers in the bathroom? Opened the door just a crack, glanced inside, and immediately closed it again. It wasn't even a hint of a bathroom, just a big pile of rubble. A likely story, Makoto. The bed is completely torn apart. I mean, it's not even really a bed anymore, it's just garbage. What about these pieces of paper? I mean, there could be something important on them. Nothing else is lighting up, nothing in the drawer. Leave the area? I guess. Well, I mean, can we finally check out the girls' bathroom? Nope. Even in a... Whatever, Makoto. Quit being a coward. It's not like you're gonna intrude on anyone. Okay, so far the dorms seem to be a bit of a bust. There's just nothing here at all, really? That's odd. It's not like we're missing the angle. No, apparently not. Okay, we got a giraffe coming out of a locker. An interesting picture. This room is filled with lockers. It must have been for the Hope Speak students who came before us. The class before ours must have used these lockers. Class before ours. Looks like the locker's already broken. There are a lot of them. There's a metal plate. No way to get it open. I wonder if I can open this locker. Rattle, rattle. Nope. There's a card reader installed in the door. That must be how you get the locker open. After all, it's pretty similar to the card readers for the locker rooms on the second floor of the school. You have to use your e-handbook to open those up. So does that mean... I mean, let's give it a try. Took up my handbook and read it across the card reader, and then it exploded, killing me instantly. No luck. Maybe only the locker's owner can open it, which means none of us can do it? Possible. Or do we need a handbook from someone who was here last year? Which I guess kind of means the same thing. Okay. I mean... Apparently... I mean, I guess we should check all of them just to be sure. Seems to be a big old nope, nope, nopers. But what if we own one of these lockers and we just don't know it? Oh. That is not the case. Metal plate, no way to get it open. I mean, you could just kick them. They're not really that thick of a metal. You could probably get it open if you really wanted to, Makoto. You might need a tool or something, but... What do you mean it's not gonna open? It's already open. I can imagine... What are you talking about, Makoto? So far, the dorms seem to be a big bust. Can imagine how to get it open. Rattle, rattle. There's a card reader. Maybe we have to get something and come back here later, because... I'm not seeing anything else to investigate. We try these. Already broken. Alright, get me out of here. Maybe we need a giraffe to open the lockers. Is that the hint? We need to go to the savannah. Oh man, we got some fucking faculty housing right here. This room doesn't really feel like a student's room. It has more of an adult atmosphere.
Correct.
Ah! Where'd you come from? It's the headmaster's private room. Kyoko!
Indeed.
I've been through this room several times already, but I still have one little regret. So I decided to check it out one more time. A regret? Oh, alright. Probably nothing there to investigate. What about this secret door? Huh? There's a strange gap in the wall. Kind of design mistake or construction? Makoto, don't be stupid. There's a gap here, but not just any normal gap. I can feel a breeze coming out. A breeze?
Indeed.
It's likely an open space on the other side of this wall. Open space? Does that mean... You mean like a hidden room? I think I might know how to open it. You know how to open it? Did you figure out something, some kind of trick or something?
Indeed.
Very easy trick. So easy, I'm not sure I can even call it a trick. I saw a program on the PC that I think controls it. Enter the right password and the door should open right up.
However...
But I don't have a clue to what the password might be. All we know is that it's probably made up of letters and or numbers. Wow, thanks. The password has got letters and numbers in it. Wow, Kyoko, you're really fucking helping us out.
It's true.
Looked through all his paperwork, all the files in the PC, everything I could think of. I learned more about him than I had any desire to, but anything that might have been his password. Do you think it's Kyoko? When I think of how much time I wasted on this. So, let's water up. I bet it's gonna be like Kyoko. And then it's gonna be like all sad. Because he remembered her all this time. A leather chair, I can't imagine a student using something like this. It must have been the headmaster's. I don't really need medals, I don't think. I mean, I'm assuming the game's gonna eventually end, maybe. Must belong to the headmaster.
It would seem...
Whoever used this last, it looks like they were very interested in the ultimate despair. And also lots of porn. Lots of very kinky porn. The PC still has some search results left on it. And we might be able to get some info on the ultimate despair?
However...
There's not much, though. Nothing we don't already know.
In other words...
The ultimate despair isn't one individual, but instead points to some kind of group. That group is responsible for the tragedy which happened 1 year ago. They're the worst sorts of people whose driving force comes from despair.
However...
And that's all there is. Not much to it, is there?
Whew.
But I guess it's the best he could do as a complete Kigiri failure? Or Kigiri? Is it just Kigiri? Do you just not say the extra RE or RI? But any information about the mastermind is helpful, right? I appreciate whatever info we can get our hands on.
Correct.
Let's see. It's a good outlook to have. Ultimate despair. So, I mean, we don't really know of any groups. The only group that's been mentioned is Fenrir, which, I mean, Mukuro was a member of. So, but I mean, that doesn't really, like, help us at all. And I don't really know why a mercenary group would be interested in proving to the world that shit's fucked. There's a hidden room she couldn't get into. That was what she meant by regret. I think we can assume that there must be some kind of clue waiting in there. Or maybe for her, there's more to it than that. Anyway, if we want to get in there, we need to figure out the password. If Kyoko can't figure out, no way I can stand a chance. No, wait, there might be a chance. The password could be something Kyoko wouldn't have thought of, or something she didn't want to think of. For example, what about your name? Oh, Makoto, he's so smart.
What?
Oh, sorry, I was just trying to think of what the password might be. I'm sure she hasn't tried it. I mean, it's totally understandable. After the way she talked about her dad, the idea that he would use her name as his password, knowing how she is, I bet the idea never even occurred to her. I mean, it's still, like, it doesn't forgive just abandoning your child, though. So let's not get it twisted. Dude's still kind of a piece of shit. I mean, even, like, I don't know if there's really any excuse for just abandoning your child like that. I don't care really what the reasoning is. Do you mind if I try it just to be sure?
Well?
It's not like you need my permission. If you want to try it, try it. Do whatever you want. Okay. No, I'm glad I thought of trying Kyoko's name, but if that's not it, that might just hurt Kyoko even more.
Hey.
If you're worried about me, Makoto, don't be. I already know that your guess is wrong. Okay. In that case, here goes nothing. I collected myself and turned to face the computer monitor. Let me just type the password here. Typed in her full name, Kyoko Kigiri. My hands are tense, slightly trembling as I finish typing it in. Actually, the zeros are O's. You fool, you messed up. What? That did it? Kyoko, it worked!
Why?
Kyoko? Without looking at me, she disappeared into the hidden room. She looked grim. Kyoko? Oh. Hey, Kyoko. I may as well not even been in the room. Her gaze was fixed on only one thing. Well, also the picture. The present, wrapped and covered with such joy. That's what made it so unusual. I'm more interested in the picture. I mean, that's pretty telling. I'm guessing this is something he left for Kyoko. There's a brightly colored box here. It seems totally out of place. The more I look at it, the more suspicious I get. Should we open it? I'm getting kind of a bad vibe from it. But I mean, we can't not open it. Okay.
Makoto.
Be careful, Makoto. Wow, you think it's dangerous? No, not dangerous, but surprising, probably. Huh?
It would seem...
It is what I think it is. At the very least, it's not something you'll be happy to see. Wait, do you know what's in there?
Anyway...
Just don't scream or anything, okay? Are you saying it's something that'll make me want to scream? Okay, I'm just gonna open it. What's in the box? Step by heavy step, I approached the box. I took a deep breath and took hold of the lid. Slowly, ever so slowly, I lifted up. Light began to sneak its way into the box. Stole a hesitant glance inside, and... Yoko's device was no use. I let out a trembling cry. Oh. It's, some... What are those things called? Bones. I don't know why I could not think of the word. It was bones. Human bones. It was the last thing I expected to find in such a bright, joyful box. Well, I mean, that's probably something Kyoko would dig, right? With her whole necrophiliac thing she's got going on. I mean, who could have possibly imagined?
I see.
Just as I thought. What? You think, is that the Headmaster, maybe? Think maybe the Headmaster's already dead? It was wrapped up all nice, so I never would have guessed what was inside. Human bones. Kyoko said just as I thought. Just, if you're gonna make me only talk to her, like, just make me talk to her. Just as you thought. How could you have known that? And there were bones in there, human bones.
Wrong.
Well, it's not that I was thinking of the bones specifically. I just had a feeling it would be his body. That's pretty much the same thing, a dead guy in a box. Also, where are the rest of his bones? You've got a lot of bones in your body, by the way. They don't really fit in a tiny box like that. My father. What about him?
Correct.
What you found in the box? Those bones. That body? That's my father. Do you, like, remember the size of his head? Or at least what's left of him. Are you serious? This is Kyoko's dad? Same man she's been searching for? Hold on, how can you know that for sure? How do you know that's him?
So...
Given all the information we already have, that's the only possible answer. Now he's somewhere in the school. Told this already. The killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. Oh, so if they were in the school, they could have never moved. The headmaster was probably here in the school, but the only ones who were alive at the start of the killing game were us 16 students. When you put those two ideas together, it doesn't take much to assume
In other words...
that most likely my father was in the school, but he was also dead. That's my assumption anyway. Well, she wasn't calm. She was only trying to seem calm. She said it was just as she thought, so she knew it was a possibility. But I have to believe that at some point she wanted to be proven wrong. Which is why she never looked in the box herself, even though she had plenty of chances. I know Kyoko said she wanted to see her father so she could cut off all ties. But was that all there was to it? I gave up some of that pride. In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing that if I was a true Kigiri detective, something a true Kigiri detective would never do. Did she really just give up her pride just for that? I couldn't help but wonder. Okay. Are we ever gonna look at the picture? This picture? It's all faded. It must be pretty old. Wait, is this a picture of... Hey, Kyoko.
Why would you?
Well, this is annoying. Came here to cut myself free of the past. Yet. Now find something like this? What do you expect me to do now? And I was right. Picture of Kyoko when she was a little girl. When the headmaster had this picture all the time, he must have really cared about her.
Why?
I wanted to face him and tell myself to cut him out of my life for abandoning me. The whole reason I came here. Now he's abandoned me again. And this time he even stole the only opportunity I had to move on. Has there ever been a worse father? Kyoko. Yeah, it probably would have been easier to swallow if he was just like a complete piece of garbage and didn't care about his kid, rather than caring but also not really wanting to ever reconnect. That's almost worse, in all honesty. The headmaster's desk is probably hiding some kind of clue, so I really want to check this out, but I really don't want to touch Kyoko's dad's desk without her permission.
Hey.
Don't worry about me. Feel free to look around as much as you like. You sure?
Because...
Never let anything get in the way in the investigation. I don't. Okay, then, if you don't mind. Yeah, like, she didn't care about killing us. Because we were in the way of the investigation. Starting from the top, I opened all the desk drawers and looked inside. I rummaged through each one, finding nothing but unrelated documents. But in the last drawer... It's an e-handbook, right? And it has a label that says, oh, can this open the lockers? I found some kind of emergency handbook in the headmaster's desk.
In other words...
Handbook with no limitations given to the school's ultimate authority, the headmaster. I'm assuming that's what that is. I think you're probably right. Might prove useful as we continue our investigation. Why don't you hold on to it? But Kyoko... I don't need it. If you don't want it, go ahead and leave it here. Then I guess I'll take it. Is it really okay?
Hey.
Listen, Makoto? Huh? Can I ask you a favor? Nope, probably nothing important there. A favor? What is it?
So...
I know it's completely unreasonable to ask you this, and I know it'll only inconvenience you that much more, but...
Hey.
Could you leave? Huh?
Correct.
Just for a little while. I'd like to be alone for a bit. Kyoko? Don't worry, I'm fine. It's just seeing all these bones have got me really, hot and bothered. That's a bad joke. I just need to calm down a little bit.
Just
I need to get my emotions in order. You know, Kyoko, you told me before about the relationship you had with your dad. How you're only connected by blood, not by heart and soul. But maybe that picture motivated him. Maybe he hoped to see me again someday. Is that what you're going to say? So it's just a theory. And it isn't an issue that can be settled with theories. That picture doesn't change the facts of what happened, what I went through. That problem can't be solved so easily. You're right. Sorry.
Anyway...
Once I've got myself under control, I'll return to the investigation immediately. So please, just give me some time to myself. Okay, I understand. Then I'll see you later. Okay, can we get some of that alcohol to go? Really okay? Kyoko, it must have been a complete shock to her. I mean, it was a shock to me. I know what happened to the headmaster? There's no doubt the mastermind performed that evil deed. They killed the headmaster, killed Kyoko's father. They killed him. The headmaster is dead. The one leading... Yeah, we know. We literally just saw that flashback, like, 5 minutes ago. They were wrong about that. The headmaster wasn't the mastermind, which means the mastermind's true identity is... one of us. I mean, I feel like it's gotta be... The only two possibilities I'm really entertaining are Togami and Hiro. Just because, like... Togami, because I've always gotta suspect him. I don't trust him. I can't trust him. It's impossible to trust him. He's, like, really the only one with the resources to actually pull this shit off. If you think about it. And... Hero mainly because they could be going for the classic, the dude who seems like a dumbass is actually the mastermind at the end of the day. So that's why he's suspicious. Just because otherwise I don't see why Hero would be the, like, why Hero of all people? Why has he made it to the last 6? Like, everyone else is kind of, I mean, Hina's also, like, not all that special, but she's at least, like, I don't know. Hero just feels like someone who should have been killed, like, halfway through the game. But the fact that he's still alive makes me slightly sus of him. Including me, only 6 of us are still alive. Everyone else is dead. Unless Mondo is orchestrating it all from his butter case, his cartridge of butter that he got turned into. Even she's undeniably dead. So the ones still left alive are me. I mean, there's definitely something going on with Makoto and his weird dreams, but I don't think Makoto's the mastermind but doesn't know it. Hiro, Toko, Hina. Hina, I don't know. I'm not seriously entertaining Hina as a potential candidate. Hina and Toko just, like, I feel like they're okay. Then there's no question. Wait, no, that can't be. I refuse to believe it. There has to be some other way. There just has to be. And that's also possible. I mean, we can't 100% assume that, we're being told the truth, right? We've been lied to before. But for now, we'll operate under the assumption that the mastermind is one of us, and which is why I think it is Hiro or Togami. But yeah, let's see if we can use this, this thingy. Okay. Does that mean let's just give it a try? Yeah, but what about your other handbook, dummy? Wait, but what about the emergency handbook I found in the headmaster's hidden room? Let's give it one more try. Yeah, don't. There he goes. Nope, don't see anything that could be a clue. Alright, so let's try this one. Okay, at least he's auto using the emergency handbook. I think it's practically empty. There's just one thing, some kind of pocketbook. I see a name written on it, so I can't say for sure. I don't see a name, so I can't say for sure who it is. But there's some writing inside. It could be important. I don't like violating the owner's privacy, but I'd better take a look. It looks like a girl's handwriting. All the letters are spaced out evenly, like whoever wrote them was measuring them. Whoever wrote this must have been really meticulous. Huh? I was flipping through the pocketbook, but my hand froze when I got to a certain page. I saw something familiar written there, words I'd heard before. There's a plan to turn Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolate the students here in a communal life. I decided to talk to the one who came up with the plan directly, and just so happens to be the headmaster and my father. Well. He was willing to give me some more details regarding the plan. Here's what he said. The point is to keep our student prodigies safe, to keep them as a hope for the future. Only their genius can overcome the disaster, and only their hope can overcome despair. For the future of our country, our world, it's not an exaggeration to call this our final hope. We must isolate our superior youth from the corrupted world to serve as the foundation for a new era. This is some problematic language. This is the only hope we have. I hope that you'll be willing to go along with this plan. That's what my father had to say to me. As usual, he made a selfish decision without consulting anyone. Can't imagine a worse father. So then, would that mean that Kyoko is lying about... Like, is she lying or does she not remember that? I knew exactly who the pocketbook belonged to. Kyoko, it couldn't be anyone else. But if this belongs to Kyoko, what was it doing in this locker? And, I mean, Kyoko, I guess, is also a decent suspect to be in the mastermind. Like, she has kind of known what's going on the entire time. So we definitely should include her as in the potential suspects. She said she hasn't seen her dad since he left when she was little. Headmaster and my father. Unless she has a sister that she doesn't know about, that's technically a possibility as well. What does this all mean? Quickly scan the remaining pages of the notebook. It must have been looking for something that would prove me wrong about this whole thing, but when I reached the last page, the question mark spinning through my mind just started spinning that much faster. When I looked at it, unlike the rest of the pocketbook, the writing here was messy, disorganized, scrawled. Despair walks among us, and so we survive. I didn't read the second page. What is this? What does it mean? I have no idea. How could this possibly make any sense? There's a second despair. Huh. I guess they're mentioning the second ultimate despair. Well, you might want to take the pocketbook with you. So despair walks among us. That probably means that one of the students is the ultimate despair. Which, I mean, it could be Kyoko. I would not rule it out. Look, the locker opened. Now let's see what we got inside. Oh my god. This locker is totally disorganized. Whoever it belongs to probably has organization problems in every part of their life. I mean, I say a crystal ball. It looks like fortune-telling stuff, kind of. Or like mystic. This is a crystal ball. Crystal ball? No, it can't be. There's no way he ever used this locker. It's just not possible. Well, there's all kind of textbooks and notebooks stacked up in no particular order. Dust everywhere. So, maybe everyone was at Hope's Peak last year? Maybe these are the only students who survived? And they just don't have any memory of it? Which would explain why their stuff is in these lockers and the pictures we've seen, where they all kind of knew each other. Yeah, that could be it. Or maybe Makoto's actually the only new student. Everyone else was a student last year. Or Makoto was a student he doesn't remember. I don't know. I don't really know. Interesting. And dust everywhere. I have to assume whoever stuff this is didn't do a lot of studying. Not that I can really talk. Trying to act as casual and natural as possible. Picked up one of the notebooks I saw. The moment I looked inside the notebook, any sense of easiness I may have had evaporated. Oh, yeah, because we know what Hiro's handwriting looks like. Oh, it just straight up says it. What? There was no denying what I saw. Inside the notebook was written Yasuhiro Hagakure. This is our Yasuhiro? Notebooks also contained a large number of notes for a variety of different classes, which would mean he attended classes here? No, that can't be possible. I mean, Hiro came to the school at the same time as the rest of us, and we were all sucked into this evil world. We never had the chance to take any classes. So, what is this notebook? Okay, so that's kind of what my thought process now is, that everyone was a student and they've maybe just forgotten. They're tarot cards. Just a coincidence, right? The more I see, the less it makes sense. Because these lockers, and they had to belong to the previous students, right? Why am I seeing this? Why are there things in the locker that look like they belong to the people here? A notebook that seems like it belongs to Hiro? A pocketbook that seems like it belongs to Kyoko? Has to be some kind of explanation, but I want to find that out. But if I want to find that out, I have to keep moving the investigation forward, and I have to believe in everyone. Yeah, so the question is at this point, whether people are forgetting or if they're maliciously not telling us stuff. Don't see anything that might be a clue. Did we try this one? Let's see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 5 working. Well, wait, maybe 6 working lockers, which is how many there are. Based on the fact that there was dialogue after we read those two, I'm guessing maybe that's it. It's just those two that have stuff in them. So, I mean, there's 6 working lockers. Interesting. I guess we're done in the dorms. Is there anything in here that we couldn't interact with? I don't really remember. I mean, this room has to have a reason to exist. I don't know what it is yet, but there has to be some reason this room exists. Maybe not. What time are we at? We're already at 35 minutes. Wow. It took an entire video just to explore one area. That's maybe we won't finish this game today. I kind of have a feeling that will not be happening. Because, I mean, the most I've ever recorded of this game is like 4 videos in one day. Just because it's a little too taxing on the voice reading all the dialogue. Granted, that's just of this game. I have recorded like 4 videos to this game and then like recorded some other stuff that's a little less talking focused. What are the other places we can go to? We'll go ahead and go to the next location before we end. But yeah, so the data center. We'll go walk up to the data center, see if we see anyone on the way. We'll actually just walk there instead of teleporting, just in case. What was I saying? I don't remember. But yeah, because it's just a little too, and plus my voice just has been a little weak the last few days. I don't really know what's wrong with it, because I haven't been recording that much. I've actually taken a bit of a, not a break. I'm still recording at least a little bit every day, but I'm not doing any long sessions for like the last week or so. So I really shouldn't be having issues, but probably just need to take a break, like a full stop for a few days. And it is about to be the weekend, and I typically don't record on the weekends unless I get the chance to, which is somewhat rare. But, yeah, in the next video, we'll check out the data center and maybe any other locations if we wrap up the data center somewhat quickly. I'm Extra Cheesy 87. Stay tuned for the next part, and bye, guys.